And with a look at some of the state races in Oregon, we're joined by longtime Oregon politician and political consultant John Watt. Thanks for being here all of last night and coming back for more today.
Well, yes, it's always exciting this time of the year, Libby. In 2011, the Oregon House of Representatives was split 30-30.
Right down the middle.
Right down the middle. So the Republicans weren't in control, the Democrats weren't in control. It was a joint effort. Oregonians were very pleased with that. It forced communication in the House. President Obama's coattails, I think the Democrats rode them into taking over control of the Oregon House of Representatives.
So what's the number now?
It's going to be about 34-26, it looks like right now. Pretty substantial margin of victory for leadership in the House. So that was a bit of a surprise, but over on the Senate side, retiring Senator Jason Atkinson from our region is going to be succeeded by Herman Bertschiger, who defeated Jim Diefenderfer in the Senate District 2 race.
Okay,
that Senate, well, it's a change for us. Senator Atkinson has been in office for quite some time, so it's going to be a little bit different. Looking forward to working with a new senator down here from Southern Oregon.
Okay, John, I want you to stay with us because we're going to go through some of the local measures that got the big thumbs down by voters in our area. People shot down the idea of incorporating White City. The idea made it to the ballot, but most voters said no thanks. Turning the area into an official city would have added public services and possibly better roads, but also higher taxes. Voters also shot down the bond measure to help Fire District 5 buy new vehicles and equipment. The fire chief says he's frustrated because there aren't a lot of other options. The $1.8 million bond is failing by 52% of the vote.
The only other way that we could that we would purchase those type of items would be to go into debt.
The fire district has taken loans for 2 engines in the past several years. It just recently paid those off. Measure 15115 is one of the most talked about issues in Jackson County. If it passed, it would have cost $1.5 million in bond money to help pay and buy and replace Jackson and Hawthorne pools, to revamp those. Taking a look at the numbers, you can see that funding will not be coming through. And John, you were mentioning you're surprised about that one.
I really was. That started off as a water park. Pretty expensive facility that was located in an area of town people had concerns about. I think there were parking issues involved with that. The Parks Department went back and rejiggered the whole thing, came up with a solution that I really thought people would support. So I am a little surprised by that. They ran a good campaign, but I think these economic times are telling people we just don't want to spend the money on some of those things we don't see a direct benefit to the community on right now.
All right, John, thanks for being here. We appreciate it, and thanks again for being here all of last night. It really helped.
It's nice to work
analyze
with you.
The details coming in. Well, some good news for Ashland Library fans. Voters renewed funding for the city's library. It's a 4-year levy. The levy will cost about 21 cents per $1,000 of assessed value. That's about $50 a year for the average homeowner. In Northern California, a close call for Proposition 30. The governor came up with the idea to raise money for schools. You can see it's just barely passing. The sales tax would go up from 7.25% to 7.5%. It also raises income taxes for people earning more than $250,000 per year. 89% of the money going to K through 12 schools, 11% to community colleges. Opponents say Prop 30 isn't written correctly, and the guarantee that the money goes to schools isn't a given and doesn't fix a broken government spending system. All right, it looks like Proposition 37 is failing at this point. It calls for new labels for foods containing genetically modified organisms, or GMOs. Proponents say you should know what's in your food. On the other side, corporations say the majority of foods containing GMOs, and there's nothing wrong with that.